welcome back to the revision series. Maths again today. We're going to stick with the topic of fractions and a mini topic within fractions. There's lots of mini topics within fractions. Dividing fractions by integers. So let's have a little look. Seen mostly on arithmetic papers. You may well at year 6 level or early secondary get a reasoning or word problem that involves dividing fractions by integers, but mostly it'll be 1 or 2 marks on an arithmetic paper. Fortunately, they are really straightforward once you understand how to do them, as with anything, and I've got a quick way for you to remember how to do it. They are useful to help you understand fractions more deeply, and I will draw out some pictures as well to help you understand what's going on behind the scenes. And then, as I said, the quick method for this is draw a ring around it and change the sign. That won't make any sense to you right now, but as we go through more questions, it will make it super quick. You'll be able to answer one of these questions, I would say, less than 10 seconds for really anything you're going to see in arithmetic. So stick with the video and I'll show you how to do that. Firstly, let me show you what is going on behind the scenes. Let's go for a really simple example. 1/2 divided by 2. So when we're dividing by an integer, when we divide by a whole number, as long as it's not 1, we're going to get an answer that's smaller than what we started with because you're sharing out things, aren't you? You're sharing it into equal groups. That's what dividing is. So if you've got 1/2 divided by 2, firstly, my expectation is that I'm going to have a smaller fraction than what I started with. Here's a half, and here's a half over here. So if I do break that half into 2 equal pieces, I'm left with 1/4. There you go, there's the half divided into 2 equal pieces. Here's your first equal piece, here's your second. And actually what I'm left with then is 1/4 of that whole circle. So what's going on behind the scenes? You've got a half and you divide it by 2. But the method is to draw a ring around these bits and change the sign. So draw a ring around just the denominator and the integer, change the divide to multiply, leave this alone because you still want one part of it. Then you've got 1 over 2 times 2, which is 4. And you'll see you've got the quick way of getting the same answer. So here's why it works. And then there's the quick version, the 10-second version, which is what you want because you want to answer your questions quickly and accurately. But you also need to understand why you're getting these answers. It's no good me giving you the method without you having a sense of what is happening with maths. Let me do another example and this will help some more. So here's our question. It's from a SATS arithmetic paper, 2/3 divided by 3. What we need to do first is have a look at what we've got down here. Here's something split into thirds. There's 1/3. There's 2/3. Can't actually just divide 2/3 by 3 because we're dividing that 2 by 3 and it's going to leave us with odd pieces. So what is effectively happening is each one of those thirds, each block is being divided by 3 again. So each block is being split into 3. And now I know the colours are a bit crazy, but we now, instead of thirds, we've got everything split into ninths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then if we were to split these into 3 equal groups, because that's what dividing by 3 is, we've got one group here, which is 2 ninths. We've got another group here, which is 2 ninths. And we've got another group here, which is 2 ninths. So as you can see, if you do get 2/3, you divide each piece into 3 and split it into 3 equal groups, you're left with 2 ninths overall. Now that's the behind the scenes what's going on, but if we follow the method that I just told you about a second ago, we did it in nice bright pink, draw a ring around the integer and the denominator, change the sign, leave that numerator alone, so it's still 2. 3 times 3 is 9. Quick answer, 2 ninths. 1 mark, well done me. So this is what's going on behind the scenes. This is how we do it. Next question. Again, we just see these straight away. We don't fiddle around with anything else. Now we're just going to stick with what the method is. The memorable line is draw a ring around it and change the sign. So draw a ring around it. My pen will work. Draw a ring around it. Terrible ring, don't know what was going on there. Change the sign. 1/16 because you've got 1 over 8 times 2. So I'll do that again with my pen actually working. We're expecting something smaller than our original. draw a ring around it, change the sign, 1, 8 times 2, 16. 1/16, 1 mark, what a me. 2 quick ones here. This is from a different paper actually, but it's now 1/8 divided by 3. Same thing applies, draw a ring around this. Each of those 8s is being split into 3 equal pieces. So we have 1/24, 1 over 24, 1 over 8 times 3, 1 over 24. It's unlikely that you're going to have to simplify these, but you might have to. 1/3 divided by 6. Again, draw a ring around it. Got to know your times tables. 3 times 6, 1 over 18. It is that simple. Don't overcomplicate it if we don't need to. We're just going to draw a ring around it, change the sign, leave the numerator alone. That's it. That is literally it for dividing fractions by integers. Key things to remember then, keep it simple. This can be, you're likely to get 1, almost guaranteed to get 1 mark in an arithmetic paper for this. You might get 2, but it's one of those things you can see how quickly you can do it. You can save a lot of time for your long multiplication, your double digit division, by getting these questions done within 10 seconds. And remember, just as your 2-second check at the end of it, you should have an answer smaller than what you started with. You're dividing by a number bigger than 1, so you should end up with a smaller fraction than what you started with. We started with an 1/8, we've now got a 24th, yep. We start with a 1/3, we've now got an 18th, yep. We started with an 1/8, we've now got a 16th, yep. Started with 1/3s, we've now got 9ths. So yeah, it works in every single case. You're expecting an answer smaller than what you started with. So again, nice easy one to put in your toolkit. You've now got this logged in. It's another mark for you, and we are working towards understanding every single question you might face in an arithmetic paper. Please check out my other videos. I'm trying to get through everything you might see in a SATS Year 6 arithmetic paper. This is useful all the way up into kind of mid-secondary school as well. And it's probably worth looking at if you're in Year 5, just so you're ready for the questions you're going to face in Year 6. Like the video, subscribe, send it to somebody who struggles with dividing fractions by integers, and let me know what you would like to see in the next video. Ciao.